Ay, boludo, apenas me acabo de levantar. Qué tremenda pereza. Decimos que son las 5 de la mañana, ¿no? Dios.
Oye, Neuyeswa, perdón por interrumpirte, pero ¿me dejarías un momento para decirte algo importante?
Bueno, me acabo de levantar, pero adelante.
Bueno, tú sabes que Sharon ahora mismo es el top 1, ¿no?
Sí.
Bueno, eso cambio. Hay un nuevo top 1 hecho por un usuario llamado OniLink que fue verificado por Zoink, y se llama Tidal Wave. Debes ver su reacción.
No.
I mean Tidal Wave! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Sí, no creo que te vaya a gustar esto.
What the fuck?
The Golden Dethrone, Tartarus Dethrone, Slaughterhouse Dethrone, and now we got Acheron Dethrone. This is truly one of the moments of all time. But anyways, we're gonna be looking into the new and recently verified top 1 Extreme Demon Tidal Wave by OniLink, which was verified by Zoink like a few days ago. I cannot believe that happened, but whatever, let's start rating. Today in this rating, we're gonna be using a different method for rating the level, which is gonna be separated into 4 parts: gameplay, decoration, list placement, and final rating. Without further ado, let's start. So first of all, we get introduced to the level with these 3 individual timings that you have to do. How amazing, ain't it? The first cube is pretty fast paced and it's kind of hard to pull off, with several uses of the ship, UFO, ball, spider wave, and many more game modes. After that, we get a more compa that still has some timings but can be enjoyable with most of it, since it's not trying to be miserably painful to play, unlike other top demons. After the compa, we get introduced with another fast-paced cube, which makes the level have more intensity on it, and including some portals that can get in your way. After that, there's only 5 hours you need to touch, and after doing so, you're greeted with the level's name, Tidal Wave, at the drop, which goes to show how good this level is just because of these details. The drop is just you and the wave, having to pass multiple gaps with a lot of spikes on them, making those gaps extremely hard to pass. But there are some very satisfying wave transitions that I really like mid-level. I think they add more tension to the level and make it feel better in terms of playability and enjoyment. After the wave, we get introduced with a robot part, with more portals coming out and a very tight wave section, which I personally consider the part being a chill but hard part. And now the beach scene starts, and I gotta say, this is the most questionable thing I've ever saw in decoration. In the beach part, there are multiple portals, speed changes, some wave sections, more timings, and the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Before the drop, we get this awesome structure that I'm pretty sure they have put a lot of effort on. Anyway, skipping that, there's the second drop, which works just like the first one but harder. Oh, and it also contains a lot of ship sections now. Now we get a nice little satisfying to look transition and keep going with the same hard gameplay as before. Yeah, maybe taking breaks in this level is not recommended. We then get a sunset part, which is very sick and just makes it even better with more energy on it. There is a lot going on the screen though, but I don't mind that. However, there are a lot of unnerving clicks here that will definitely ruin your run if you're not careful on. Just like how Zoink did at 95%. After the hellhole, we get introduced with a simple end screen, and credits every single one of the people that helped with Tidal Wave, even Zoink for being a better fire. Oh yeah, and speaking about Zoink,
I mean Tidal Wave! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god! It's over! It's fucking over!
now let me tell you something about the decoration. I personally don't think it's the best decoration we got, but man, it definitely stands out from the rest of the top demons for their hellish and simple and generic decoration they have. This level uses a lot of glow to make it unique in its own way, and by looking at the effects and how many details they put in the structure just makes you think that it is just nice and very comfortable. However, things get an unexpected turn of events when we get to the beach part, because the background there is, well, questionable, the passes on myself. It's kind of empty and bland, which doesn't really add much to the atmosphere, but I get what it was trying to do. Skip it that, the rest of the block design and details are pretty much the same as the first drop. Except at 55%, because there's a bridge here that has almost no effort on it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That's unhelpful, but I had to get myself rid of that real quick. The sunset part is definitely better than the beach part and is very nice to look at while playing or watching. It also makes the level feel more intense because you're currently at the last part and you do not want to die stupidly by getting distracted or something. Remember, as Minecap once said,
focus.
now, while the level might not have best decoration, I still love it and like how it turned out in the process, having such uniqueness to it that it feels like it's almost the best level from the top 10. Just almost. Okay, for the Bliss placement, a lot of people say that this is harder than Acheron, and I agree as well. Even if some parts remotely look easier than Acheron, the level's length affects the gameplay so it makes it even harder. But there are indeed some timings that are highly questionable that might need some fixing, but that's up to the gameplay to do the enjoyment for us. Oh, and there's like 200 frame perfect, so personal list placement will go at number 1, dethroning Acheron and eliminating Yatagarasu from the main list. Okay, we've now reviewed everything that's needed for the level, and I gotta say, this level is pretty awesome! Considering the fact that the enjoyment in this level can be somewhat higher than other regular top demons, it has some nice ambient that just keeps its uniqueness from the rest of the level. Of course, some elements from the deco might not be the best, and that includes the 55% bridge, but I still think this level is pretty cool in its own way, and that it really should be in the top 1 placement. It just helps the demon list to have more good levels in the future instead of awkward gameplay and generic decoration. Personal rating, 9 out of 10. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry I took a very long time to upload anything, but I promise I will try to get more videos uploaded more frequently on my channel. And once again, thank you. And especially Zoink, since I do not know how he was able to do this beast of a level. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully we can read another demon that I really despise from the list. New gesture out.